Welcome to another episode of Three Kitchens podcast. I'm Heather. There's Erin.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't tell you that my old over the ears headset that I live in, like my
Yes.
headphones, because I'm
Yes.
constantly listening to podcasts and music. And
Yes. Yes.
I think somebody sat on them because the band was broken. I bought another pair.
Nice.
And these ones, when you turn them on, instead of like a little just a chime, like ding,
Mm.
it's on. It goes, "Hi." It has this voice that sounded just like the way you just said, "Hi."
See? Hi,
It's
we're in
like,
your ears.
"Hi." If your
Hello.
headphone's not talking to you, we will. Yeah. All right. I thought for this episode we would do something for breakfast. And we haven't done a breakfast item in a while, I
Oh,
don't
we
think.
haven't. That's a good point.
Yeah. So this, I think, is something that could be an everyday breakfast. You could even make ahead and eat it all week, or it could be for a special, maybe you're having people over for
Mm.
brunch, or you have house guests and you want to whip up something hearty and hot. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay. So this is if you are someone who loves oatmeal or hot cereal, this is a twist. This is a new, I know, me too.
Me
Hands
too.
up. I do too. This is called a farro breakfast pudding with dates and cardamom.
Oh,
So instead of oats, we're using farro, which is a grain. If you haven't had it, it's very
yes.
like hearty and kind of chewy. Think like barley
Yeah.
almost. It's like a bigger grain. It's
I have been looking for this grain and I have a hard time finding it at my local store.
oh,
Just because I feel like they keep their seeds and grains and stuff in too many different places, and like some places exclusive only have these
mhm.
things. Anyway, it's a grocery store. Erin can't find things issue slash forgets while she's in the middle of
Yes,
shopping La La Land. So
that's true. The only time I've ever eaten it is remember when I made that salad that one time
you
with
made
farro?
that is why I'm looking for it
It
because
was
it was
so good.
so good.
I think the one that I found was a red Bob Mill. What's
Oh,
that brand?
yeah,
Bob's Red
Bob's
Mill,
Red Mill.
something like that. It's in the green aisle, like the
Yes.
organics aisle. Or I guess you could always look online if you really can't
Yeah.
find it in your store.
I
It's
think
not
I saw it
an
at Bulk
expensive.
Barn
Oh,
possibly too and was like, "Oh, now I know where I can find it."
yeah. So we're gonna make it, they call it a pudding. It kind of made me think that if you want to serve it as a pudding in maybe a smaller serving after dinner,
Mm.
I don't know, maybe. We'll
Yeah.
let you know at the end of this episode if we think it would also pass
Is it
as a
worthy?
as a dessert. Is it worthy of being a dessert? I still have some of the dates that you gave me back when you brought the mother load,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever
I
that
think I
was.
I have a new mother load and that's why I'm like, and I
Mm.
talked about clearing out part of my freezers. So the dates, they gotta go.
Dates are just so good as like a sweetener,
Yeah.
and also like if you're not a big raisin fan,
Mm.
dates are kind of like another level,
Yeah.
similar but better, I think.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get into the method in part two, but basically you're gonna cook the farro in water like you would with oats.
Okay.
This also has a almond milk. So almond milk and water that you're gonna cook it
Okay.
in. And then, like I said, there's dates and cardamom. It sounds delicious. We love those flavors. So I think this is gonna be really yummy. And then I thought you could, particularly if you're gonna serve it to guests,
Hmm.
you could like offer up little topping things to garnish it with like little like chopped nuts,
Mm-hmm.
extra chopped dates, maybe coconut, maybe maple syrup on there. I don't know. You could kind
Yeah.
of dress it up a little bit, maybe some fruit, whatever you kind of think goes in there. And I thought, let's take it one step further to zhuzh it for our breakfast. And I'm going to find some type of hot beverage, like a mocktail for breakfast that is
Ooh,
a hot drink that goes with our lovely, warm, cozy bowl of farro.
this sounds so good.
I hope so, because it sounds good to me too, but you know how this goes.
You never
We'll
know,
do our
but
best.
I like the sounds of this. And I
Hmm.
also think if you're ever going to host for any reason to have people over, it should only be done at brunch because that is the best meal to make and eat together in my personal opinion. I mean, sure, yeah, we can have a dinner party, but I got a bedtime, I got a deadline. Brunch is like my favorite. You have the
And
sweet and the savory,
yeah.
and you have all those little things to choose from. Oh, yeah.
And you can make it ahead. So you don't
Mm,
have to scramble, get up at the crack of dawn to like make breakfast for your
no.
guests. You could have it ready to go, and then you're just like warming it up and putting some add-ins out and mixing up a nice drink to go with. Or I don't know if you could make lattes or whatever, if you have the means to do that in your house. That would probably be tasty with this. Yeah. Well, we're going to give it a try and see what we think.
Cool.
Hey, let's talk about how to make a nice alternative to oatmeal or
Mm.
hot cereal. I'm still not sure about calling this farro pudding. I wanted to call it like something else. Maybe we'll just call it farro for breakfast or something.
Hmm.
Although maybe it's not so bad to eat it any time of day.
I think you could eat it any time of day,
I think you probably
although
could.
it is wonderful for breakfast.
I agree. I quite enjoyed it for breakfast. Okay, let's talk about how to make it. Okay, first thing you're going to start with 1 cup of farro and you want to rinse and drain it. So get
Okay.
that into a colander, give it a good rinse, let it sit and drain while you get ready to cook it. Also, I would suggest taking your dates. I used 8, they're quite large, those dates that you had given me.
Mm. So good.
By the way, I'm getting low, so if you've got some
Oh,
more, getting low on
well,
my supply. Can you hook me up?
I'll talk to my guy.
Talk to your guy. About 8 large dates, pitted and chopped. So you know what it's like to chop dates. They're a bit sticky and you got to get those pits out. So do that maybe after you've rinsed your farro, let it drain while you're getting your dates chopped up.
Okay.
And then in a medium saucepan, heat, you're going to use milk and water. I used almond milk,
Mm-hmm.
1 cup of almond milk, and 2 cups of water. You're going to bring it to a boil, then add in a teaspoon of vanilla, a half a teaspoon of ground cardamom, and get that all mixed together and you start to smell the spice coming out of it, and then add in your farro
Okay.
and your dates.
Okay.
Pretty simple. Stir it, get it to a simmer, and then cover and put the heat down to low and cook it for 25 to 30 minutes
Oh,
until
okay.
most of the liquid is absorbed. Now, if you've never eaten farro, don't expect it to be soft like
Mm.
cooked oats. I keep kind of comparing it to oatmeal, but it is not.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
not the same grain.
Mhm.
It has a kind of chewy texture to it.
Mhm.
It does not become mushy.
No.
So, yeah. So, I mean, you can taste it and see, but like you can tell that it's cooked, but don't expect it to be soft like,
It's not going to break down in your
yeah,
mouth. You're going to have to chew it.
it is a bit chewy.
But that's not a bad thing
No,
in my opinion. I like the chewy texture.
Me too. I do too. Okay, so you just want most of the liquid to have been absorbed into the grain, and it turns kind of brown and caramelizing because the dates are releasing their sugar and you've got vanilla in there, and it's like, oh, it's so good. I think mine actually took closer to 35 minutes, just a little bit longer. But I also find that on my gas stove, as the low temperature is really low. So some things take a little bit longer because low is quite low, and it's hard to find in between.
It's always, yeah, as per your stove.
Yeah, it's just go until most of that liquid's been absorbed. Then take the lid off, stir it, give it a really good stir, and it'll release starch and thicken a bit more as it kind of cools and you're stirring it. And then you can serve it. It is so easy. It's like the easiest thing to make. And if you make it ahead, you can reheat. It might be a bit thicker, so you could thin it a bit with either water or milk. And, or even I liked eating it with just putting a little extra almond milk on mine when I sat down to eat it. Just kind of. Okay, then I thought about adding something on top, but it's quite sweet. Those
Yeah,
dates are like sugar bombs. So,
they're very sweet.
yeah, the dates are very sweet. So, if you also have very sweet dates and you find you might not, like I had thought, ooh, there's so many good things that would go in here, coconut, more dates, nuts, all these like, and then I was like, oh, I don't know if it needs much on
No,
there.
I
So I
agree.
made a very quick little granola, which
Okay.
was oats, cooked lentils, and some spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cardamom, which I thought would go with
Hmm.
the farro. And I just baked that in the oven. Oh, and what else would have been in there? Something liquid, maple syrup, I think. Like just, or if you have a granola you like.
Yeah.
I did like kind of that little bit of crunchy on the farro. I thought that went well with it. And I kind of liked the lentils. That was a bit of an experiment.
Mm.
And if you're going to make that kind of granola, be careful because lentils burn quite easily, especially around the edges of your pan where it might be thinned out a bit. There was a bit that was a little dark for my taste, but it was, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah. I think the key to when you make a granola is just stirring lots on your pan so that whatever browns on the edges gets mixed back into the middle, and then you just kind of rotate it around until everything's kind of evenly.
Yeah, and this one was very simple. I've made, usually when I make granola, I've got nuts, I've got
Oh, yeah.
seeds, I've got, like, I just load it with all kinds of stuff. This was just a very basic,
Right.
quick granola. So, I mean, maybe that will just offer a little inspiration for what you could
Yeah.
sprinkle on there. I thought you could also just put some plain Greek yogurt when you eat it would be good, just to kind of like balance the sweetness of the
Oh,
dates.
yeah. Hmm.
I didn't, but again, I did put a little almond milk on there.
There was a lot of recommendations that you have. It was good just as
I
is.
know. Yeah, it was good.
I don't know what it was like when you made it fresh because you handed it off to me and then it sat overnight for me and I had it the next day. I really liked how it warmed up and came together. I thought that was really good. So I don't know if the flavors were stronger. Like, did you have yours
I
fresh
tried it.
or
I tried it right out of the pot,
okay?
and but then I kept it
Oh,
for the
okay.
next day. And I did the same thing. I reheated it,
Hmm.
and it was very similar.
Oh,
It
okay.
holds up very well
Yeah, I
to
feel like if
reheating.
you were to do that with an oatmeal, it would be a mushy mess and
It kind of
really,
solidifies. It
eh.
makes like a glob because I sometimes make
Yeah.
extra oatmeal because I like to mix it into muffins.
Ah,
You can
yeah.
make a muffin with some oatmeal in there, but it is kind of a gelatinous blob when it
It,
comes out of the fridge.
yeah. Whereas this, like the grain holds up, it's not pasty. It's
Hmm.
still got that like firm, chewy texture. I really, really love farro as a grain. It is just, and with the dates in there, like as I cook this up, and the cardamom,
Mm,
now oh, so
gotta make
many
it
good
again.
feels about it. It was almost like, because I kind of forgot what you told me you put into it, I thought maybe there was apple in it or something because it was I could see, I was like, oh, is this got apple in it? As I was heating it up,
Mm.
and then I was like, oh no, it's the dates.
You know
So
what?
good.
Apple would be really good.
And I think apple would go well with this.
Hmm. That would be really good. I'll just tell you quickly about farro. It's
Oh,
one of those
please
ancient
do.
grains. I was going to tell you what's like why it's good for you and why you should try it if you haven't. There's protein, fiber, carbohydrates, iron, magnesium, and other nutrients. So there's lots of good stuff in it. If you're
Mm.
trying to get some fiber and protein, as everybody seems to be, at least in our stage of life, um, it's a good option, something a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a welcome change. And you made a yummy, how have you not talked about the chai that you
Okay, we
sent with
haven't got
it?
to the chai. Yes, the chai. I'm sorry. Okay, yes. So I wanted like a nice, cozy, hot drink to go with our farro. And at first I thought I might make some kind of like hot toddy type style
Yeah.
thing, like a mocktail. But I think we actually have a recipe on the Speakeasy series for a hot toddy if you want to go in, or there's a hot buttered rum that was really delicious. Like there are some options over there. So I thought, no, let's just do chai because cardamom makes me think
Mm.
of chai. And I've never made a chai from scratch
Ah,
myself, like a spiced chai. So I gave it a try. We're gonna crush some spices with your mortar and pestle.
okay.
I did 2 green cardamom pods, 1 clove. I think I had about 8 peppercorns. I just kind of like
Mm.
grabbed some peppercorns in there and half a cinnamon stick, which I broke in half again. So I had a couple of pieces and I just crushed that all up as much as I can. Don't worry, you're going to strain it out. So if you got some big chunks, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put that with 2 cups of water plus a little knob of ginger, which I just kind of left. I
Oh,
cut it in half, but I threw that in there. Just small, just a little one.
yes.
Not a full nub, not a thumb, or like more like
Just a
a
nubbin.
more like a small toe. Yeah, nubbin.
Imagine your pinky toe.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, and bring it to a boil, and then you're going to add in a couple of tea bags. So I did not have any loose
Oh.
black tea. I had black tea bags, so I thought, well, that'll be fine. I put two
Hmm.
tea bags in there. And then you want to lower the heat, let it simmer for a couple of minutes until you kind of get to the color you want it to be. You're going to smell all the spices, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like if you want a dark black
Yeah.
tea or you like it a little lighter, you can kind of judge that. I think I let it go for 2 minutes, but I took out the tea at that point,
Yes.
the tea bags. You're going to add a cup of milk and then do now there's a couple of different ways you can cook it, but I did the double boil, which means you bring it to, once the milk's in there, you bring it to a
Hmm.
boil where it kind of bubbles up, take it off the heat, let it
Yep.
settle down. Then do it again, put it back in the heat, let it bubble up, take it off, and then you're done. So it has boiled twice. It is
Yes.
not a double boiler. When I first saw double boil, I'm like, what? I'm doing a double boil? That's a pain in the ass. But no, it was.
When I saw you send me that instruction, my brain was like, I'm not double boiling my freaking tea.
No,
I
it
love
just
that we
means
both
do it
discarded that
twice.
thought. I ain't doing that.
Boil it twice. And that's it. Then you want to strain it through
Mhm.
a fine strainer so that you don't have the little bits of spices.
Yep.
Strain it into your cup. And wait, there was brown sugar, just a
Oh,
little bit of brown sugar that went in with the milk. And but
yes.
that's also to taste. So if you don't want the sweetener, you can leave it out.
Oh, true.
Or if you like it more sweet, less sweet, you can decide how much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had this with our farro.
This was like the perfect thing to go with this farro because the spice and the sweet in the flavor of the hot pudding and like that spicy bitter tea. Yum.
Yeah, I
Yum,
actually
yum, yum,
kept
yum.
I kept my cup of tea quite like without much sugar.
Yeah.
I didn't put much in there because I knew that I had tasted the farro and I'm like, oh, that's sweet. So I wanted a bit more of the bitter tea
Yeah.
to balance it out. And I thought it was so good together.
Yeah. That complemented it perfectly. And with the spices in the pudding matching the spices in the tea, like as you spoke about crushing up those spices, I could smell them in my
Mhm.
mind. Like there's nothing better than those fresh crushed spices in your mortar.
Especially cardamom. It's like my
Oh,
favorite scent. I love that
mhm.
smell when you first get them crushed up in there and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's
Cardamom
one of
and
my favorites.
coriander.
Mm,
Coriander,
hmm
it's satisfying to pop the little beads, and the smell is like lemony and
mm.
savory and oh, yum.
Oh, yummy. Just so yummy. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed this as much as I did because I was like that
I
I'm
was like,
making
wow,
this
this is really
farro
sweet and this is
like
a lot. But
yeah.
then it was gone. I remember
Yeah.
looking because I heated it up in a little dish and I was like, oh, it's uh, it's gone because I was, eating my breakfast and sipping my tea. I had a book out. I was just kind of, Sunday
Oh,
morning it. Delightful.
so
Treat
good.
yourself.
Yeah, and it seems like I thought it would be, oh, this looks really filling, but it
Mm,
really wasn't like overly considering all that grain. Like I didn't
hmm.
feel like, sometimes you could eat a big bowl of something and be like, oh, I shouldn't
It's
have
like
eaten
it
the whole bowl.
expands in
Yeah.
your tummy. Yeah.
But this, I didn't feel that way with this. Maybe it
No.
doesn't have kind of that same, you've already soaked it, now you've cooked it quite a
Yeah.
while. It's
Something tells me
expanded.
that this is more balanced for your blood sugar too, since
Mm,
we were talking about that with our past guest about diabetes and cooking to be conscious of your blood sugar, because you mentioned that this grain has the protein and the fiber, and dates are
yeah,
that,
maybe.
a better sugar if you're get like a natural,
Mm,
like I'm assuming this would be really well balanced for eating in the morning. Like I didn't feel that. Sometimes I feel a bit of a sugar rush if I have a bowl of cereal or if I make like a hot cream of wheat, I put brown sugar and butter on it and it's pretty sweet and it does feel a little bit much, but this was
mhm.
so good.
It doesn't, I mean, you're not adding any sugar into that.
Hmm.
It's just sweetened by dates.
Yeah.
Because I too, like if I make, say, oatmeal, I
Mm,
have to put brown sugar on it. I can't eat it just plain. It's like, it doesn't taste like anything. And I'm
no.
sure farro, I didn't really taste just the plain farro, but I'm sure it doesn't taste like a whole lot on its own. We've had it in salad before,
Hmm. Hmm.
but again, it had dressing and all kinds of yummy things with it.
Yeah.
I think it's probably not a flavorful thing, but the dates just like bring out
Hmm. It's a
all that.
very hearty feeling grain and it's very satisfying to eat.
Mhm. I like the chewiness of it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend this one, you guys.
Hmm.
And you heard it, it's so easy. It really was very easy to make.
Yeah. And I think you could make a good batch of it too. So you're not
Mhm.
like, oh, I got to boil my breakfast for 30 minutes and get up earlier because ain't nobody doing that. It holds up to keep it in your fridge and serve it up and
Yeah.
make that chai with it too. Oh,
Mm,
I'm gonna be making some chai too now.
yeah. Yeah. Really good. And I think you probably could like do a bigger batch of the spices that you like. Once you figured out what you like in your chai, do
Totally.
like a bigger batch of the spice and have it just put it in a jar and have it ready to go when you want to make one. And play around with the different spices, just like every recipe or
Hmm.
suggestion you read has a different spice combination, and because everybody likes it just their own special way. So
I
you
think
play
these are
around
both
with it.
great if you're going to host for something different and something really good. Really, really good. Thank you.
You're welcome.